Joseph Monitor says, I go fishing not to find myself, but to lose myself. Ever since I was 10 years old, I started to go fishing with my dad, learning all the ropes and techniques. So if you are a fisherman or a fisherwoman, my dad and I are going to show you the quickest and simplest way to fillet a fish. Most people think filleting a fish is as hard as carving a turkey. In all reality, filleting a fish is as easy as tying your shoes. My dad has been filleting fish for 30 years, and he believes this is the easiest and fastest way to get a boneless fillet. From catch to the frying pan, we will teach you the fastest and easiest way to get a nice boneless fish fillet. Before you can start filleting, you must first catch the fish. Some days you will be waking up at 7 in the morning to get down to the lake, and other days you might wait until the evening to go fishing. Either choice, or both in the same day, greater your chances of catching a fish. After arriving at the lake, you must begin the long hassle of rigging up your fishing pole. Depending on what you are fishing for determines how you will rig your pole. For bluegill, you would rig your pole with a hook, worm, and bobber, also known as bobber fishing. If you want to fish for bass or crappie, you would need to rig your pole with a jig, lure, or spinnerbait. After you have finished rigging your pole, you can start fishing. This process can take some time, so be prepared to wait long, countless minutes. When the fish finally takes your bait and gets hooked, you need to reel it in. Once you have reeled in the fish, you take it off the hook and put it in a netted basket or put it on a streamer. You may continue on fishing for however long you would like. But when you're done fishing, comes the next step, filleting the fish. After you have finished fishing, you head back home with your daily catch. When you arrive home, you first want to set up a fold-up table. Secondly, you need to get your filleting knives out and sharpen them if need be. You also want to get a bowl or dish out and fill it with cold water to put the fillets in. After gathering all the necessary equipment for filleting, you now take the fish and lay them out on the table. Your fish are still most likely alive, but don't let that scare you when you fillet. Once the fish is laying in front of you, you need to make a vertical cut behind the pectoral fin. Next, you cut down the dorsal fin. You need to cut deep enough to feel the tip of the knife running over the rib cage. Once you don't feel the rib cage anymore, you need to push the knife through so it pokes at the anal fin. Then, holding the knife at a slight angle, cut along the spine down to the tail, but do not cut all the way through. Now, using your thumb, pull the meat back and cut along the rib cage to separate the fillet from the bones. After the fillet is separated from the bones, you need to cut the skin that is still attached to the belly. After the meat is free from the bone, it is time to separate the meat from the skin. You need to flip the fillet over so it's skin side down. Now where the fillet and tail meet, you need to hold the knife at a slight angle and cut down to the skin but not through it. You now rotate the knife and cut between the meat and skin until it is free. You flip the fish over to the other side and repeat these steps. After both sides are filleted out, you place them in the bowl of water to clean them. After they sit for a little bit, you need to rinse the fillets, fill the bowl back up with water, and put the boneless fillets back in the water. Finally, you put the bowl with the boneless fillets into the refrigerator to chill until ready to cook. We prefer to fry our fish. We season the fillets in flour seasoned with various spices like garlic powder, onion powder, and seasoning salt. If you would like your fish to have a little kick, you can add a pinch of cayenne pepper. We like to cook our potatoes first, then we cook our fish at 375 degrees until golden brown in a deep pot of oil. We then drop the oil temperature to cook our biscuits. We like to put garlic or onion powder on our biscuits before we cook them and serve them with honey and butter. Now, does that not sound like a wonderful meal? Wasn't that not easy? Filleting a fish is as easy as 1, 2, 3, using the quickest and easiest way. If you follow these steps, you will have the perfect boneless fillet. From catch to the pan, you will easily be able to get your own boneless fillets. If I learned how to do this from my dad, then anyone can learn the easiest and quickest way to fillet a fish. So with that said, does that not make you want to go out and go fishing so you can fillet your own fish?